Okay, enough of that. Now, Nordstrom cuts direct mail program. Okay, now I thought this was going to be about they're tired of mailing and etc. So Tuesday they announced that it cut its forecast for full year sales and profits after a weaker than expected first quarter, which were hurt. They were hurt in part by stopping its use of direct mail. What a surprise! What a surprise! They're actually admitting it. Now, if it were me, I would have taken selective markets and stopped it and see what happens. That's what I talked about yesterday. Cut it out and see if anything happens. Procter & Gamble cut out 50% of their digital spending and sales went up. Nordstrom's cut their direct mail and sales went down. How clear could that be? Okay? The shift caused a reduction in foot traffic. Why? Because, the digital fanatics think they can get through to you and you're not paying attention. We've trained ourselves to focus on the article we're reading and ignore the ads on the sides. Now they're putting video in the middle. Oh, that makes me nuts. Anyway, so make me nuts. That's fine. Okay? We're making changes we believe are necessary to drive our top line. We were cutting expenses. Okay, so it's rare that an executive says that it's rare because they don't want to admit it. Cutting direct mail can have such negative impact on sales. But that's what Eric Nordstrom said. We're not sure they're going to reinstate their direct mail. But to me, it sounds like direct mail is having a moment. Okay, so think about that. And if you're in Minneapolis, come to my case study on Wednesday of next week, and you'll find out even more about how mail can be more powerful than any of this digital junk. Okay, just for fun. Now, on that note, UPS Store has actually gotten the right to use ink cover. And ing is some new thing that has nothing to do with UPS in my head, but the founder of the power of inging. And then they've got this thing about, fly or ing, returning, copying, shipping, and it's all the things that the UPS store can do. But the point is that they're putting a wrap on a magazine. I think that might undermine the brand of the magazine. I wouldn't let them do it that way. I would be fine with a wrap, but I wouldn't let it overtake my own branding in the magazine. So that's my take. Okay, here's something I came across. Did you know that if you plug your phone USB cable into a charger at the airport, you could potentially be loading viruses up onto your phones? I didn't know that. Okay? And even better, they said, is a cable. If you see like an Apple charger cable in the thing and you've got Apple products, don't use it. Don't ever use somebody else's cable. But if you're going to use it, there's a little device. It's $6 at Walmart called Juice Jack Defender. And, $6. Go get that. I tried to order one just in anticipation. They also said in this article, which I thought was really interesting, if you want to hack into a company, leave some generic USB drives, or better yet, branded ones that you don't use. Leave these around with a virus on them. And, for the price of a couple of hundred of them, you can leave them around at Starbucks and restaurants and just leave them on the seat, Somebody will pick them up and stick them into their laptop, and away you go. Okay, another good thing. If you plug it in and your computer says, should this be reformatted? Yes, say yes. That might help you. I don't know if it will. I'm not really a techie expert, but I thought that was an interesting tip. And on more travel tips, Mark Ritson is talking about Thomas Cook. And I don't know much about Thomas Cook, but he said they put their 105 airplanes up for sale because they were having trouble. And he talked about how that can kill a brand. A 150-year-old company that is going under. And the CEO got on TV and said, don't worry, we're not going under, which caused a run on the bank, basically. Now, I was thinking, I wonder what you could have said instead of we're not going under. Because what people hear is not the not, but we're going under. And this is a company that books far ahead travel packages so that you got to pay 6 months in advance to go travel cheap. And it is, I guess. And I was thinking, instead of saying that, what he should have said was, times are challenging. No one knows the future. So we're going to offer you free travel insurance against any unforeseen event, like one of our carriers, having trouble. And said nothing about Thomas Cook. And just said, we're going to offer you, with your package, we're going to build in the travel insurance. Because I know that, when you buy a $500 airline ticket, the travel insurance is like $25. So it wouldn't have cost him anything. Mark, that's something for you to think about. What would we have said? I wish you would have put that in there, because it's a great article and it's hilariously funny about a cricket, about going to a cricket match and in the country, and I think it was Sri Lanka, where there was alcohol, counterfeit alcohol, actually killing people. And so the cricket team had to decide, do they wanted to abstain or what alcohol would be the least likely to kill them. And they decided on a beer. And they didn't die. So that was good. But on that same note, I want to carry this a little further with Thomas Cook. So I thought, well, what did Thomas Cook do to get themselves into this? And so I went and watched one of their ads from last year. See if this had anything to do with it.
This is the story of the man who wakes up in a different bed every single day. He never knows where he's going to be from one morning to the next. Each day comes with its own unique
Does
set
this
of challenges.
give you bad associations with Thomas Cook in your head?
Most days are tough.
He's in prison.
Some are lonely.
Out on the
Others
ocean.
are just plain weird.
He's in prison again.
But every now and then.
Oh, but
they're amazing.
now we've already gone 30 seconds into this thing, and we've got all these negative visuals. But now, for some miracle, he's not homeless. But he's in a resort hotel, and he's having a great time. But other days, he's homeless.
Because he gets to spend the day at a
So
Thomas
are we
Cook
trying to attract
hotel.
the homeless people to go on our
spread the
trips?
cost monthly on selected holidays. At all
I guess
protected.
so. I don't know what that's about. I went and watched 5 of their commercials. 5. And none of them were talking about the benefits of low-cost travel, of booking ahead, of what they do as a core business. None. So, Mark, I'd also like to know, is that why Thomas Cook is going under? Because of did they make a pivot with their advertising to go completely stupid? And on that note, I got a call yesterday from Elizabeth at Car Lots, which was the commercials that had the bulldog's drool that smelled like perfume and the baby that screamed in jazz tunes. And I said, I don't think this connects. And she gave me, we had a nice conversation. And I offered her, I said, come on the show and we can talk. And she declined. But anyway, this is the danger, I think. I think the danger is when you go too far afield or you put a big knot. In the Car Lots, they were saying, you think you can't have it both ways, but you can. And then they give you this impossible scenario, and then they say, and we are an impossible scenario that really works, that's real. That's just too much logic. It's too much logic in it. You want help selling your car? Call Car Lots. You want to go on a cheap vacation? Call Thomas Cook. Too late. They're going down. They're going under. And they deserve to, because they listened to their ad agency and did negative association ads. Very difficult. There was no humor in that, and it disconnected. And I wouldn't book with them based on the ad a year ago, which is probably how it got started. Don't mess it up. Tell people what you're selling. Don't clickbait me, and don't give me negative ads. Okay, so people are liking and viewing. Now we need you to share. If you don't share, nothing happens. The world has changed. It used to be if you liked it, people would see it and it might catch on. But now you have to share. So share it if you like it. I think this was one of my